So this is a match I played in the last Patreon tournament between me and Fox. I am down 1-0. My opponent is playing Chaos Turbo and I'm on Chaos Control. I wanted to show this game because I thought it was quite cool. I think not setting anything here at all is perfectly fine. Get hit with the duo, but that's okay, I have the Serpent. My hand, of course, very passive. Doesn't do anything. With the duo, I hit the Snatch. So now I could have set the Faith, but as I'm drawing the Dekoichi, I don't need to do that just yet. Only running one Dekoichi in this list. Now I set the Faith. Snatch is good enough of a target to justify that. Fox is going off with Pot of Grid, hits the mind control, and at this point, I know that I'm very unlikely to win this game, but I might as well try. I decide to set Book of Moon and Decree behind it. I did not want to summon the Breaker, because I don't want to run over the Sangan. That would give him a Dark, it would let them search. Overall, I'm probably gonna gain more time by not summoning the Breaker. I take the 50-50 there on the Breaker, that it might hit the book and then I can book the Faith. And to me, in my spot, that's 50-50 I have to take. Of course, they have the Mind Con again, the second Mind Con, and I'm punished. I'm very just gonna keep drawing cards. And there's a Graceful as well. But at least we're not applying pressure. And I do have Decree up. Of course, very unlikely that I'm ever gonna be able to win from here. But I top deck the Graceful. I'm gonna pitch Faith. No, sorry. Serpent and probably Breaker because I have the Decree up. Yeah, I think that's fine. Play the pot. Find the Thunder Dragon. Now we play the Upstart. So, this Faith has not manually changed its battle position this turn, so I could book here to Graceful once more. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This time around we pitch... maybe I pitch a Dark here. Thunder Dragon plus maybe Dark. Probably Reaper in that case. Yeah, nice. And at this point I think it's fairly clear I should drop the Sorcerer, banish the Sagan. Of course, Fox still doesn't have a Dark, no Thunder Dragons in hand, so not completely trivial for them to have a Dark end up in the graveyard. Especially Ringer Decree up. But it's at the book. And now that's their book. So I'm thinking they don't have multiple books. And they just booked the Sangan. So I decide to meta into Darkblade here to banish all the Thunder Dragons. And then if I can't have a Faith end up in the graveyard, I might actually have a shot, despite them being up so many cards. So they knocked the Faiths, and now I see two Faiths gone from their point of view. And with that, that's likely all their lights apart from BLS. Of course, I keep in mind that there could be a third Faith. Here I decide to knock the new set, which is the Faith. I could Mindcon it, but I keep in mind here that if it's a Faith, I don't want it to end up in the graveyard, and such I think it's better to knock it than Mindcon it. Because this Sangan is not actually relevant, because it can't get them a light. It's my thought process. So now we're suffering a bit because of this decree. Decided to grab the Serpent. I get rid of their Darks. Can't go into Chaos. That's an MST. They have to go for the Torrential. But still, I'm still down cards, just in terms of raw card advantage. But they have no lights, apart from the BLS, and that's my route to victory. So they have the card destruction here. which is not a good card destruction. And we pitch BLS Sorcerer. And at this point, I feel like maybe I just can't lose. So the game is gonna continue. We play Upstart. It's a tribe. Probably I'm gonna go for the Tsukiyomi here. Yeah. There's the break. And now they have so few resources left in their deck. I can knock here because there aren't very many cards left to knock. And that tribe is definitely a threat, especially since the scapegoat is going to be so important for me to stay alive. And once again, we flip Jar of Greed. Not a good card to have in this spot for them. We forget our Serpent, not that it ever matters. I decided not to flip the scapegoat. Decided to set the duo in an attempt to force out the storm that they accidentally showed earlier. Now I can chain the goats. And at this point, I'm basically playing for deck out. For some reason, they switched their spider, which I thought was very weird. I'm just gonna pass back. They can't set up any game shot. I'm not that worried. They go for the Night Ascendant onto the Mimic. But here I can summon my War Lady. And I decide to clear the Spy, because in the scenario where they get through my goats, Spy is the monster that would apply the most pressure to my life total. I don't care about the Serpent recursion. I want to keep my War Lady, because it's a body that protects me. Unfortunately, I had a Snatch, but I do have the Storm, so that doesn't matter. At this point during the game, I'm keeping track of what cards my opponents are likely to have, so I definitely knew that there was a Snatch left in deck. But of course, with the Storm in hand, that's not something I want to play around. My book. Here I'm trying to figure out how I can lose, and I think the answer is simply no. I decided to Mindcon face down because I think it's an assailant. I was right. So a tomato run over the other assailant. And finally we find the third chaos monster. And at this point I realized that if I don't find something and they call the bluff, they still don't have enough time to finish me off. And here it's just game over. So that was the game. Um, I think it was great. I ended up losing the match. Fox played very well, but I think it's very cool how I can get mind control of my faith twice. They can resolve, I think, was it triple pot and a graceful, and then there's still enough play for me to come back. That doesn't happen very often, but I thought this was a cool game where attacking the fact that the Chaos Turbo deck has so few reliable threats can be exploitable. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching.